Now, the UK is a wonderful place to enjoy the summer months, whether it's hiking in the Lake District, staycations in Scotland or camping in Cornwall.
But unfortunately, some of our favourite destinations are also prime locations for midges. So, as midge season is beginning...
I've been here before in
London,
but...
now they're everywhere. Professor James Logan is joining us now with some very good advice. It's really lovely to see you this morning. Thanks for joining us. So why now? Why this time of season? Is it that the climate is just perfect for them?
Yeah, absolutely. This time of year, all the midges come out. There's two waves. So around about sort of April, May time, you get a big wave of midges coming out. Then they kind of subside during the summer. And then around September, there's another big wave. But it's the weather, you know, it's nice and warm at the moment. It's a bit moist, sort of overcast like this. This is perfect weather for midges to come out.
So do they need that humidity, Professor, rather than if it's like an arity kind of, if it's a hot day, they don't really come out. But if it's, you know, if there's moisture in the air, that's what they love.
They do, yes, which is why they tend to be quite a big problem in Scotland, because it's quite wet here normally. But yeah, most insects dry out in the sun. So, you know, when it's really bright sunshine, insects tend not to like to be about because they dry out and they die quite quickly. So an overcast day like this, or if you're in the woods, you know, where it's nice and dark, a bit moist in the air, the midges come out and you'll be eaten alive at this time of year.
And the problem is that they're not just on their own. They come in packs, swarms.
Bring their buddies with them.
They do indeed, yes. So, I mean, we've done lots of experiments in Scotland with midges, and we've estimated that every hour, 40,000 midges could land on one arm in an hour. I mean, it can be really horrendous. You can be breathing them in. I mean, it's really bad. And they go down your clothes. I mean, you get bites, I mean, pretty much everywhere. You know, they're really, really horrendous. And when they bite, they nip. So when a mosquito bites you, it's got a long proboscis that kind of goes into the skin and you don't really feel it until afterwards. But with a midge, they're totally different. They land on you and they've got these sort of scissor-like mouth parts that cut into the skin, form a pool of blood, and then they drink from that pool. So it really nips when they bite you.
James, I went camping in Rum a few years ago, and it was I thought I beat the system. I got in my tent and I zipped it up, and I was so smug, and I was like, I haven't been bitten at all.
I'm fine.
And I went to sleep, and I woke up the next morning, and I was like absolutely covered in it. Covered in. They're quite stealth, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, they're so sneaky. But, I mean, I love them. I mean, I don't love being bitten by them, but, you know, they're sort of amazing creatures that have evolved to do exactly that. They steal our blood, sometimes without us even knowing it, and they're so good at it. But unfortunately, that means that we are usually left with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bites. And, you know, for some people, those bites can be pretty horrendous.
Yeah, because are they like mosquitoes? Because I get bitten by mosquitoes. They seem to really love me, and I sit next to my husband, and he doesn't get a single bite in his body. Is it the same for midges?
Yeah, exactly that. So we do find that some people get bitten more than others. It's the same with mosquitoes or midges or anything that bites, really. And that's all to do with the way you smell. So people who get bitten smell normal. They smell like human beings. People who don't get bitten smell a little bit different. They smell kind of repellent to mosquitoes and midges. So they're kind of special in some ways.
We always say it's
repellent
like...
to mosquitoes and midges, not to other people.
Okay.
We always say it's like if you've got like good blood. So you've got lovely blood, but Dan's got like old blood, like
old blood.
Yeah, I'm the same. I don't really get bitten.
Do you not?
No.
You don't get bitten. I thought it was because I remember. Wasn't it something about quinine in tonic or something? Like, that's why you'd have gin and tonic. That's my excuse anyway.
Does that work?
I mean, what can you do?
Yeah.
Can you drink lots of gin and tonic?
You can drink lots of gin and tonic if you want. It's not going to help at all. But in fact, the bad news is that drinking alcohol makes you slightly more attractive to mosquitoes.
And everyone.
And midges. But yeah, pretty much. But there's lots of stuff you can do. So if it sounds too good to be true, like gin and tonic, it probably is too good to be true. Same with vitamin B, eating bananas, you know, Marmite's another one I've heard of. None of those things work. So the best thing you can do is use a repellent. And you can buy them in the supermarket or in the pharmacy. Now, there's 4 active ingredients to look out for. So one is called DEET. Lots of people don't like to use DEET, but it is safe. One is called PMD, or lemon eucalyptus. That's a natural one. It's really good. There's one called picaridin, and another one, which nobody will ever remember, but is called IR3535. And those are the 4 active ingredients that work. So if you put that on your arm and you put your arm into a cage of mosquitoes or midges, none of them will bite you. But they do wear off over time. So it's good to be able to, put it on like a sun cream. So if you miss a bit on your arm or on your leg, they'll bite you there.
Okay.
Thank you, James.
Thank you. Yeah, good to catch up with you. Don't get bitten.
Thank you.
Bye.